So today's video topic is individualism.
I don't know why you think that you could help me when you couldn't get by yourself. And I don't know who would ever wanna tell the seam of someone's dream. Baby, it's fine.
Oh my gosh, guys, they just got the pumpkin flavor at Dunkin' Donuts and it is so good. Okay, so anyway, like I said, individualism. And by that, I mean just like celebrating who you are as a person. Because every single person is different. They all have their different interests and things that are different about them. But what makes a different from like an individual versus kind of someone who just kind of goes with the crowd is just who shows it. And I think what I've learned recently is that it's really important to show it. Because if you go up to someone and you have a conversation with them and they're just like everybody else and they do the same things or they do boring things that like everybody does and everyone knows about, and they just kind of go with the crowd, like, that's boring. You're not going to want to talk to that person because it's boring. You already know all about that topic. But if you go and talk to an individual, you are going to learn new things that they've done that's exciting and new and you don't learn about before. And like, I feel like over the past year, I really made a conscious effort to just be more individualistic and try new things and stop being like afraid of like how people would perceive me if I did those things and just do them. And now I find that I have more accomplishments just in the past year. I have more things that I've accomplished, like more interesting things in my life. And it's just been 1 year. So if I just did that my whole life, then think about how interesting it would be. And I think it's so stupid how we have to fit into certain like categories. And then if you're individualistic, then you're not like cool or you're not just like chill. And that's stupid. Because like being individualistic, that's being who you are. And everyone has it inside of them, but just some people don't choose to show it. And I really want to make a conscious effort to just show my individualism. You know, like most of my friends, they hate books and I am obsessed with books. Like, just don't be afraid to do what you love and talk about what you love, because if you do that, then you're going to attract people that love the same thing as you, and then you can talk about your common interests, and then you can both find out new things about each other. And just like, life is just so much more interesting when you're an individual, because then you attract people that you will actually be good friends with. If you hide who you are, then the people that you attract are not going to actually be people that you're generally going to like. They're going to be people that are boring and like dull and like things that you pretend to like, but you don't actually like, so you're not going to like that person or have much in common with that person. So I think it's definitely important to just be an individual and be who you are, and you'll be so much happier that way. You might not be like the coolest kid or whatever, because in high school I know that's hard, but I mean in life, like once we get out of high school, literally like being an individual is so much more important. It helps you be more creative and more like in tune with yourself, and then you attract good friends, genuine friends that you are going to have stuff in common with, and that you'll be so much more happier. And I think it's just so dumb how we try and be things that we aren't. Like, I'm more of an introverted person, and I'm not going to go out and pretend that I'm like super bubbly and like outgoing and I love to go to parties, because that's just not who I am. And I'm not going to pretend to be that way just so I can fit in with my friends who are like that. I'm going to be who I am. I'd rather sit at home. Well, that sounds kind of dumb, but like, I'd rather just like read and like learn new things and write and do cool things like that, because that's my interests, than go out and like party and get drunk and stuff. Like, that's just not what I like to do, and I'm not going to pretend that I like to do that just to fit in. And I think being an individual is so important. And like, there was a person, Eleanor Roosevelt, and I don't know if you saw that in my intro, but she said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. So if someone tries to make you feel like you're below them just because of what you like to do, then like, whatever, that's because of them. Like, don't take that personally, because that is a reflection of them and how like boring and dull they are, because they think, I got a text message, because they think that they're so much better than you because they don't do anything fun. Like, and then there was also a quote by John Green, and he said, being called a nerd is a really bad insult because it basically means that you like stuff. And what's wrong with liking stuff? It was something like that. I'm not sure if that's like quote unquote, but it was something of that idea. And it's totally true. Like, I'm a nerd. I love being a nerd because basically it just means that I like stuff. I get excited about stuff and learning new things and reading new things. And I just think it's really important to just be an individual and be who you are and get excited about the things that you love, and don't worry about how people will perceive that or judge you because of that, because the people that don't judge you are gonna be your friends and attracted to that are gonna be the people that you'll have the most fun with. And then if you're older, you'll regret that you didn't actually enjoy your time and you spent so much time trying to fit in with everyone else. Because if you do that, then you'll never truly feel like you're a part of a group. The only way you can truly feel as if you're a part of a group is if you do what you love, truly love, and then people that love those same things will come to you, and then you can all truly be a part of a true group, if that makes sense. So anyway, that was my rant on individualism. Be who you are, do what you love, and don't worry about how other people will see it, because certain people will see it and love it, and that's the people that you want to be around, is the people that you share interests with and don't judge you for what you like to do. So don't worry about what anyone else says, and do what you love and be your individual self and love your individual self. That was all for today. So go out and get yourself a pumpkin iced coffee.